Hey guys, it's Mrs. Clough. I am refilming this video really quickly because I figured out that the one that I had previously recorded was corrupted. It didn't look so great, so I am refilming this really quickly. If I talk fast or anything like that, please don't be afraid to ask questions if you have them. So I want to talk you guys through your CEC paragraph that you're going to write. This is going to be your first grade. Okay, obviously you're going to be writing about a different topic, but together I want us to walk through with the claim that Strickland is the best middle school in the district. So the first C of your CEC paragraph is your claim, and the claim is a statement of fact or opinion. It's something that you can prove one way or the other using evidence. Okay, you don't always have to agree with the claim that you're writing about because you're not always going to agree with stuff, but you can find evidence for it. Just like a lawyer who is trying to prove that a murderer is innocent, right, or not guilty, I guess, they're going to have to find evidence for things that maybe they don't even agree with. And that's okay. So for today, for us walking through an example, we're going to use Strickland is the best middle school in the district as our claim. Okay, so I've done this for several years, and so I know some of the evidence that my students tend to come up with. So the E in your CEC paragraph is evidence. This is your chance to prove it, right? How do you know that this is true, or how do you know that you believe it? Okay, so some of the things about Strickland that always get brought up that are so true. We have really awesome fine arts programs. Our art teachers, our orchestra, band, choir, theater, all of it. It's just so good. We have lots of fine arts. We have lots of options that students at other schools don't have. Okay, we also have caring teachers. I promise. We've been up here for weeks making sure that content is ready for you guys online. Your teachers care about you, and there are caring teachers in this building. One thing that we tend to have a lot of when we're on campus, or at least in the past we've had a lot of access to technology, and we've been able to use that frequently. Okay, and one of the things that every single year gets brought up is our auditorium, and we actually get to keep it even in the middle of all of these renovations and such. They are renovating the auditorium, and we get to keep that. And other middle schools have like a dinky stage in their just in their cafeteria, which is not as cool. So we have all of these things that I could walk around and point at, right? I can point at the fine arts department. I can point at these teachers who care. I can point at the technology and how we use it in class. I can point at the auditorium. What are some things that you can point to that prove your claim? Okay, now if we were all going to come up with this paragraph, we might come up with some of the same things. We could start out with the same claim, we could start out with the same evidence, but our commentary is really what sets this apart. And really, this is so what or why does it matter? Okay, why does it matter? And so a couple of things that I come up with when I think specifically about the fine arts, I think that's a pretty strong argument. I think you're caring teachers, I think that's a pretty strong argument. So if I think about those two things, okay, teachers help prepare us for the future. That's an important thing. It matters to my life. It affects my future, right? And the arts help us to be more well-rounded. Again, we're talking a big impact on a bigger scale, not just small scale. So how do we put this all together? Because right now, what's written in pink is not a paragraph. That's just thoughts on a page, right? So how do we put this all together? So I'm going to write out this paragraph that I have put together for you guys, kind of walking you through step by step. So first I'm going to write my claim. I'm going to indent. So Strickland is the best middle school in the district. Okay, so I've got my claim written down. Now I'm going to keep going, but I want to start incorporating my evidence. I want to use things like transition words to help blend those in. So I'm going to use the phrase, for example. For example, Strickland has more fine arts options than many other schools. Okay, and then I'm going to go to my second piece of evidence that I want to include. Notice that I'm not going to include all of the evidence that I originally came up with, right? But I'm adding more evidence. I want to use another transition, so I'm going to use in addition this time. In addition, the teachers on campus care not only about our education, but also about who we are as people. Okay, now I want to keep going, and now I'm going to move on to my commentary. Okay, so now I need to say, why do these things that I just listed matter? And I want to keep it in the same paragraph. So not only do fine arts help students to enjoy school and be more well-rounded, caring teachers help encourage students to come to school and be better prepared for the future. Okay, so I didn't really write anything different than what was up here. In fact, I left some pieces out. I just put things in complete sentence order, and I added some transition words and made sure it all fit. So let's look at this. So I'm going to underline my claim in this teal color. Strickland is the best middle school in the district. Okay, now I'm going to take a purple and I want to mark my evidence. Okay, for example, Strickland has more fine arts options than many other schools. In addition, the teachers care not only about our education, but also about who we are as people. Notice that I've got 2 complete sentences of evidence. There's a big chunk there. Okay, and then if I take my black pen and I mark my commentary, right, I have really one long sentence here at the end to wrap up my thinking. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 sections, but they're all in one big paragraph. You guys are going to be writing a CEC paragraph based on the adjective that you picked out yesterday. If you don't remember what that adjective is, you can always click back to that discussion where I had you type out the adjective that you chose, and so you guys can see that. All right, if you have questions, please do not be afraid to message me either in Canvas or using your email, and I will be glad to help you out.